Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, today I have a very beautiful model here to make up. So, if that's why you're here, you do want to keep on watching. So, guys, I used a facial wipe to wipe off the excess residue. But, truth be told, she's very beautiful. And then I went in with my 24K moisturizer, Zikel moisturizer. I just spread that around her face, like bringing the whole moisture to her skin. And then I went in with milk of magnesuim to tighten the pores, just tighten her skin in general. That's what I used it to do. And then I went in with my Zaron facial primer, which just helps to mattify the whole thing. Like it helps to just like tighten everything on her face. So I went in with my Kiss Beauty Hyaluronic Face Setting Spray. I just sprayed that across her face. And I went in with my Sachet Buttercup Setting Powder. And I used a Bobby Brown powder brush to set that on her face. Then I used this particular brush that I don't know where I got from, but it's very nice. I used that to pack in concealer under her eyes because she had dark circles. So blend, 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 blend. Now I went in with my Tara foundation in 315, no 313 I guess, yes 313, and I just spread that across her face using the same brush. This brush is so multi-purpose that I just grab it whenever I am doing anything on someone's face. I just grab it. Like, can you see that blend? It's like magic. It's like magic and it's very nice. So I went in with a lip stain from Most That Girl, a red lip stain from Most That Girl, and I just used that as my blush, and I still used the same brush. See why I love this brush? It's so nice. Like, are you seeing the payout? And then I went in with my LA Girl Pro Concealers. I used that to contour her face. And this shade, I'll just link that in the description box for the contour. I'll link that because I can't really remember what this shade was. But I always use it to contour. I just spread that on the sides of her forehead, under her chin, under her jaw, the bridge of her nose, just the normal places we would normally contour. And then I still used the same brush to set that. Like, this brush is so nice. I don't think I would ever be replacing this brush. Like, I've had history with this particular brush, so I plan on keeping it. So blend, 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 blend that out. It might look messy now, but we're getting there. So I used the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Pure Beige to conceal the inner corners of her face, under her eye, the bridge of her nose, under her mouth, her forehead. This particular LA Girl Pro Concealer is a shade lighter than her skin, and you do want to use that whenever you're trying to conceal, because the inner corners of the face has to be a little bit brighter than under her cheekbone where you contoured. Yeah, under her cheekbone where you contoured. And I'm just setting that with the same brush. I'm setting all of that. My time with her was spectacular. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And then I use this brush. This brush does not have any tag on it, but that is what I use to spread the concealer on her nose and just draw that up to her forehead. You do want to do that whenever you're trying to conceal the bridge of the nose. And then I went in with my Zikel cosmetic powder palette with an angle brush from Naked, and I used the shade, one of the shades, to contour her face. One of the dark shades, I can't quite remember the name, but I used one of the dark shades to contour her face. The places I applied the concealer that I used to contour, I'm just coating that with this particular powder. Whenever you are contouring, you do want to use an angled brush because you're trying to draw the draft of what your makeup is looking like. Now I went in with a lighter shade that was exactly the same as the pure beige I used on her face, the LA Girl Pro Concealer in pure beige, and I used that lighter shade of powder from Zikel Cosmetics to set her concealer. So that's it. I'm just setting that. Set. Make sure you cover the places that you don't want the men to know about. Now I use my CPD setting powder in the shade Banana to set her face. I think I used a lot of powder. Oh wow. That's just it. Spread the powder across her face. The places that I concealed, I place the concealer. That is where I am setting. So I did her brows off camera and I am concealing it right now. I'm also using the pure beige that I used on her face to conceal her brows. Her brows were not really difficult to do because she already have naturally angled brows. So all I just did was to just fill it in and conceal. And then I went in with this brown shade for my Kiss Beauty eyeshadow palette. And I'm just spreading that out on the outer corner of her eyes, and then taking that in, dabbing that into the inner corners. So that's what I'm doing right there, just dabbing in the shade into her skin on her eyes, and I did that to the other side. And then I went in with this gold shimmer like shade on the inner corners of her eyes. I really wanted a very simple look, simple and nice at the same time. So I just went in with that. As you can see, I'm patting that in, you do want to pat that in, you want to pat it in so it doesn't look messy. I'm doing that to the other side of her eyes, just the inner corners. And that brush right there is from my Zikel brush palette. That is where I got it from. So I just used a very clean brush to like blend the gold shimmer shades into the brown shades. I'm just trying to get a perfect payout, as you can see. And then I dragged the brown shade down her nose a bit. That's what I did. She was very interested in the whole thing. And then I also applied that shade under her eyes. The brown shades, I applied it under her eyes. She was so twitchy. Her eyes so twitchy. But then I used the brown shade to like create an angled wing by the side of her eyes. And we can see the payout. Then I lined her lip with a Davis pencil in 0.3, and then I applied a lip stain, a nude lip stain from Who's That Girl lip palette on her lips. I didn't show that on camera, but I did that. And I also went in with a nude white light shade because I wasn't liking the way it was looking. And all this was still from my Who's That Girl lip palette. I had her dab her mouth a bit, and then I went in with a gloss from Classic. After that, I used a brush. This brush doesn't have a name too, but I had this brush for edges. I used the brush to dust off the excess powder on her face. Don't mind my hand is looking so messy. Just dusted off the excess powder. Can you see that shine on her skin? So nice. Then I applied a highlighter from Huda Beauty. I used the shade Bura Bura from the highlighter palette, using the same brush and applying that on the hot spots of her cheek. Also did that to the other side. And I applied that on the tip of her nose and also on the bridge of her nose. I use my fingers to blend that out. Oh, there it goes. It's the Huda Beauty 3D highlighting palette. I just use the brush to dab on her throat. Then I set her face with my hyaluronic acid base setting spray. She was so overwhelmed. So pretty, but it was looking very nice. And then I applied some false lashes on her face. Is it just me, or she looks like a actress with the Nigerian She's irritating. And I don't know, I can't tell what she was doing with the lashes. She was having a good time. I think she was saying something. I don't quite remember what she was saying, but she was she was really skeptical about the whole lashes thing. And then I gave her a mirror. So this was the grand finale. She couldn't recognize herself. So thank you guys for watching.